Hi guys, George here. I'm going to bring to you a after-action report for scenario Festung Budapest 14 at the Narrow Passage. It takes place in Buda, Hungary, on the 7th of February 1945. It uses partially a portion of the Festung Budapest uh, boards NE and SE, and there are three combatants, four actually. There is the German player, the Axis Hungarian, the Russian, and the BVR Buda Volunteer Regiment, which are allied um, to the Soviet player. So the name of the game here is to gather casualty victory points, capture some buildings, and get some points in eliminating your opponent in close combat. So as you can see, there's four belligerents, and one player plays both sides for the Hungarians. So there's a lot of special rules, and as well there is purchasing of units up to a maximum purchase. For example, with the 43M 002, you can purchase a maximum of two of those armored fighting vehicles, but the Russian player really has it pretty good. Well, maybe not. In terms of variety of AFVs, he does. There's up to an additional three AFVs that he can purchase. And the fellow that has the uh, short end of the stick, I believe, is the BVR because their units are drastically wrong. So here's the victory point track, and here is the Russian and four-player turn record. I managed to recreate a table in HTML. Now, what I really want to show you is how the game unfolded, which is rather interesting. And I'm just going to go into the picture side of things. So here we go. All right, this is the end of turn one, I believe. And let's see, if I zoom out, we still don't get the entire turn track. It kind of goes off the board. But in Vassal, it looked quite good. So here I am as the Hungarian Axis, and I had a nice hero here and a leader with a heavy machine gun trying to block um, any advance from the Russian player to advance on my allies, the Germans here. These are also Hungarians. This is a Hungarian hidden unit. Um, I'll go into detail and kind of do my chicken scratches here. Hold on one sec. Okay, so I think I got the Joe Madden chicken scratch utility going on here. So let's see if we can draw something here. All right, let's take a look at the Hungarian position, which is right about here. Okay, so this is a defensive position, and right about there, we're trying to make a ensure that with the HMG, which is somewhere around here. Oops, there it is. We got cover going down that passage, and it's very important that we defend this building because it costs a lot of victory points. Um, the German player, the German player, right about there, he's trying to maintain the fort here, keeping the Russians out from advancing. But the Russians have another idea. They have the idea of uh, encircling this place here in two directions, like so, and trusting his Axis player, actually his allies, in uh, doing a little hammer attack, frontal assault this way. So that's how the really the action unfolded. All right, so let's turn off the green screen here. There we go, and on with the picture show. So end of turn one. And now, as you can see here, the Russian player kind of barged into this post office and started wreaking havoc on the Hungarians here. He also spearheaded an attack into um, the only accessible road in the row buildings here, right there. And the BVR forces kind of took an initial position here. Noticed a little bit of a weak position from German weak position here, tried to rush it. However, there were mines to be had here. And the Hungarians here are keeping their concealment, waiting for the Russian player to come up close and whack it to him. A little bit of a stalemate, but the Russian player managed to break some important units here. However, this is quite a unique situation. It's a three-story building, and if you really do not have lower level, upper level encirclement, if you do not manage to have upper level encirclement with the Russian forces, they can pretty much route anywhere in the higher levels and not have to route. Um, this T85 here, T85. Oh, this AFE here is going around the back. Um, we decided to for the Hungarian side, we decided to rush some reinforcements from these buildings and assist the German player because he was not doing so well with the Russian AFVs and all the firepower that the Russian player was exerting here. Kind of skulked, retreated. I'm not sure. Anyway, going on. Um, so here, I believe what the German player is trying to do is try to stave off complete encirclement. So he had to divide his forces into two flanks, while the Hungarian player tried to get a hold and maintain control of the post office or denying the post office to the Russian player. We brought in some more reinforcements, kept this line intact. All right, 2D. Let's see what we have here. So we had some success with the Hungarian BVR units. They came in force. They took a hold of this location here. We got some units CXing from the north, actually east side of the board, trying to reinforce the friendlies here. The Russian player is struggling to eradicate the Hungarians in this building, and there's a bit of a stalemate here, and a gradual advance towards the German positions. 3A. I wasn't able to take pictures of every single turn. At times I skipped, and these pictures are in between two different computers, and I had to copy them um, in a lengthy operation. I don't know why, but that's how it happened. So the Hungarians continue to consolidate their position here. The German armor and the flamethrower tank circled around the back end of the German position, uh, really eliminated the Hungarian assault from that was going from here to there, that was trying to force back the Russian player from completely encircling the German position. And the BVR forces um, are advancing. The German player here has consolidated his position, and it's the 9-2 leader is a bit hard to crack. And even though he is in a precarious position in the position of encirclement, he's still not down and out. He's effectively skulking the Russian player and inflicting some morale losses. 3B. Here we see that uh, there is exchange of gunfire here, just resulting in pins. the Russian tanks are out there, but not really effective at this point. And we are, as the Hungarian player, maintaining our positions here. And we still have not been completely eradicated um, from the post office. And this is a bit of a mistake. We brought the 105 up, but we brought him point blank fire. Uh, it appears to be point blank fire, but he cannot raise his main armament high enough to catch the Soviets that are in the upper levels, third story buildings. So we have to rethink this position a little bit. We have a little berserk unit here, nothing spectacular, but the German player successfully routed a lot of the BVR units there. All right, let's go rather 3C. That's my son playing a couple of video games, getting excited. If you hear a couple of background noises, can't do much about that. Pretty much status quo, but what we see here is an effective rout by the German player. So again, he's far down and out, and he brings up an elite unit to take care of these guys. And reinforcements come in from the rear. Now, I wasn't expecting that. I was playing the BVR units and the Hungarians up there. Yeah, and as you can see, the Panzerschreck got rid of at least one uh, Russian uh, uh, AFE. It's a burning rock, but a 458 is quickly advancing in his position here, and the BVR units are a bit of a going concern. All right. The Hungarian units managed to rally here. So there isn't any encirclement. This position where the HMG was being held by good order Hungarian units has fallen, but not without any cost. So you see some broken Russian units here uh, in the uh, in the post office. In the meantime, there is some powerful Russian Soviet uh, leaders with good order 6 to 8s assaulting this position, having taken this building completely. Uh, Now, here's a turn of events. The Russian AFEs that seem to have been or are attempting to encircle this position here have all of a sudden turned back and taken aim on the Hungarian position here. We have a leader advancing, trying to take these row houses, but again, the post office is still far from being taken. And we already blew up a Russian AFB here, and the German player blew up his AFB there, uh, the Russian AFB there. We have a little bit of a melee going on, close combat, but it only serves to delay. And effective gunfire against the BVR positions on both flanks. The BVR is really more or less wiped out. This unit that moved up there landed on the one known minefield hex, and it looks kind of dicey for the BVR. Now, at this level, the BVR units, actually the Hungarian units, brought in another reinforcement, blew up to smithereens a Russian AFB. And one of these units here, as you can see, or you may not be able to see, has a Panzerschreck. Hungarians have Panzerschrecks. Again, we are demoralized here, but the Russian player effectively allowed a Hungarian rout. Like I said, there's three stories to that building, and you don't cover all the entrances properly, the Hungarian can sneak away. The BVR units are really down and out. There's hardly any good order leader or good order squad there or here. And the Germans are quite effective. The Russian player did foil the advance of the Hungarian units here. This unit was a full squad. It's now a half squad, hiding in the rubble. This guy's broken. But we did score a hit on one German AFE with a really good lucky dice rolls. Now we got two burning wrecks. By the time the defensive fire came around, the flame tank was trying to take out this position here. It failed, and then in defensive fire we took out this unit, maybe not with the 105, but certainly with a Panzerschreck. And again, the Hungarian units are not down and out. They're still holding on with bare teeth to the post office. The German position is a bit precarious, but they're still far from down and out like the BVR. And this was turn 4C, so we're coming towards the end, guys. For 4D, um, the the Hungarians have been allowed to rout over here, right? Again, they're broken. Uh, the leader is wounded, but there's still a squad in there. Um, and the Hungarian AFE moved away from this adjacent position to here, so they can have a good area to fire to. Oh yes, and there was a beautiful leader in 6 to 8, a Russian leader in 6 to 8, trying to advance in this direction, and they were completely obliterated by, I believe, the 8-0 leader, a squad and a half squad. Lucky rolls again, lucky rolls. So this is 5A, the beginning of the end. Um, the Hungarian units that were here kind of routed in this direction because of lack of LOS from the Russian player and whatnot. They just skedaddled. Um, this unit was set ablaze by in close combat by 6 to 8. But this leader here was a reinforcement, came to rally these guys. And then we did a careful assault on this building and eventually managed to have a leader enter this building to deny victory location to the Russian player. Um, we're advancing the unit here into rubble as a distraction to the Russian player. And the Germans are still holding their ground. The BVR bounced back, but a little bit too late. And there's German reinforcements coming in, eliminating the BVR forces on the right flank here. 5C, almost to the end. So we routed back this this Russian leader, completely obliterated the squad. There were some very important sniper attacks. There are AFVs ablaze, both on the Hungarian and the Russian side. Um, and the BVR forces were completely lost there. And this is 5D, the end of the 5D. So at the end of 5D, the Russian player was denied uh, the mail office as a victory location. These row houses here remained in Hungarian hands. This building was taken over. By virtue of CVPs, the Hungarian player won. And although the German player was in a very precarious position, he still held his ground at the end of the game, and the BVR forces in partially rallied, but too late to get them into the fight. So that's how the cookie unraveled, and it was an interesting game. I'd like to thank Dennis and Mark for the game. We played it over a long period of time, but including one on New Year's Eve. But it turned out to be a lot of fun. I also had a game of Scenario J20, and that wasn't fun. I think we messed up the rules, and I messed up reading the not only the victory location but the point of entries. And I since read an article on J20 and how unbalanced it was had the American player had been restricted to two entry exits, and that's what I thought. And it turned out into an after calamity report. I hope to play it again using the going over the rules, playing the rules properly, and also uh, with the hindsight that I know the conditions for how the U.S. forces enter and possibly give you an AR on that, if not on something else. And that's pretty much it for my little 20-minute AAR. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you all for watching this video and the others. And again, I'd like to thank all the new subscribers to the channel and the existing ones that have supported me in this journey. Take care, guys. Have a good one.